Hello, we are the All-Star Ladies, and today we'll be doing a review and commentary of the Phillip Scott show's recent video, where he called a young black woman a wild hyena hood rat. We here at the All-Star Ladies channel do not appreciate nor do we condone this dehumanizing language that some people like to push upon black women. So, in the next clip, we are going to show you the video that Phillip Scott was speaking about, and then after the video is over, we'll come back with our review and commentary. Thank you.
Have this wild hyena hood rat that's going to get upset inside of a Walgreens, and you have this hood rat going through here destroying the whole freaking store. Take your happy self out the store, hyena, but you decide not to do that. You destroyed the whole freaking store because they got a mentality that's just don't care and just destructive, and we have to admit that the wild hyena hood rats don't know nothing better than destroy people's stuff, no matter who it is, because the hood rat don't like decent black women either. They don't. And you wonder when black people make something of themselves, you wonder why they move away, because they want to move away from people like her.
And it has triggered us. Yes, it has triggered us. So right now we're going to talk about and break this down of what Phillip Scott did on his show about this wild hyena hood rat, which why is he even calling a black woman a wild hyena hood rat? Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to another episode of All Star Ladies. This is Sensible Lady.
And hello, this is Dramatic Street Lady.
And we are doing as you saw in the intro, we're going to be doing a review / reaction video to this wild hyena hood rat in Chicago destroyed the Walgreens after she didn't get her way from the Phillip Scott show.
Right.
So we're going to get into it. So, Dramatic Street Lady, what do you have to say?
Well, I take highly offense. I know people say, well, if you throw the rock in the crowd, that ones that holler, but we have to start knocking it out the box. As I'm a black woman, full black woman, we have to put that out the box. Listen, the aggression, the actual, you know what? I'm Dramatic Street Lady, so I got to put it out there. The aggression that the black man give us is just out. I'm just so right now. I'm so triggered by this video that it just really a shame. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's say you do this and you did the video, Mr. Phillip Scott, and you did this video. Why couldn't it read late woman angry at or disappointed, or because we don't know the story here, but every time when black women have some type of flare up or express their anger or do something that's considered that they got to be a hood rat or a wild hyena, hoe, and this or that. What you think about that?
Yeah, Sensible Lady coming in. Yeah, I would say that, I'm agreeing with Dramatic Street Lady. We're always a hood rat, a wild hyena, or some type of animal. Why don't they think of an animal to call a Karen? They're very respectable. They call her Karen. Karen is a black woman's name. So why don't he call these Karens who out here doing these things to these different people, why don't he call her animal? Why don't he call her hood rat? Because they have respect for white women. They have a deep respect for her, and they show it in their commentary, and I'm sick of them.
Yep, that's right. Because when he was actually talking about this whole, well, look at this. We work for these people, and we come in and we put notice what she said. She said, now you got something to do. You can help somebody. It seems as if, because I've been there before, how many of us have gone to the store, and we've gone to certain these stores, not all the time, but most of the time, a lot of times you go to, and these white people have you waiting. That you'll ask them for help. I was just at the store 2 weeks ago, and what happened was they told me, "Oh, you have to wait." I was getting something for a pet. So the white lady, okay, well, can you wait? Can you wait for a manager? Had me wait this long time where they sit over there and talk. So sensible lady, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like it's really a shame. These are supposed to be our black leaders or people we look up to. Nobody should look up to this man, Phillip Scott show. He doesn't even have a black woman. I mean, come on. You really lose the right to talk about black women when you don't lay and marry and invest in black women. So I just really don't want to hear his commentary right now with this. And I feel like we're too quick, our men are too quick to demonize black women. He said, well, that's why those people like that. Well, we're all black people and we have all different classes, all different money, incomes, all different classes, incomes, all different walks of life. And for him just to sit up and say this woman is this and that because of the way she acted, not everybody can hold their anger. Not everybody can be a slave and work for massa. So for him to do these things and talk about this woman in this way, but I bet you, I just was looking at some of his other content, I bet you if she was doing this for a black man, he wouldn't have anything to say about this, would he?
Yeah, because when we saw this, we started investigating this guy, and we looked at some of his other, because we just started talking about this is the only thing, but we looked at a lot of his stuff first, and then we was like, oh, who is this? Who is this? Who is this person? So we look at a lot more of his stuff. Well, he had another video in here where the lady, the black man was getting in his car, and he couldn't get out because this white lady who they so sensibly and prettily called Karen, she wouldn't let him out of his car. And so he had to go get a black woman to actually push the white lady, move her out of the back of his car. It was no fight or nothing like that. She just pretty much stood her ground and moved this is the type of sister we need. Okay, this sister we need and this and that. But see, that sister that pushed the white lady or the wannabe supremacist out of the back of his car could have easily been this woman at this Walgreens tearing the store up. So I don't want to hear about, but when you're doing this for a black man, oh, you're the queen. You have another video on where the mother goes into the Popeye's chicken and she snap off, but it's like, oh, okay, it's okay when you agree with the situation. But when you don't know what happened with this black woman, I heard her say out of her mouth, she said, now you have somebody to help. You don't want to do something with an ID. Now anger is something else. And you don't know her mental stability. You don't know her mental health or whatever. But when you get up and hood rat and wild hyenas that's like, really bad. And I just feel, sensible lady, that this is something right here we need to address on a daily basis as black women. We need to, as a black people, because the black men, they're not doing it. They've let us down. They're continuing to let us down because he shouldn't even be able to be on here. You say he don't have a black woman? I didn't know that.
No, he does not have a black woman, and he tried to say she was black, but she is not black, and he's trying to skate past, these different things, but yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to be on here and be in the community and speak on the community. He's sleeping out of the community, he's married out of the community, his children are half out of the community, so yeah, he shouldn't be able to say these things. And it's really a shame because when it comes to protection of black women, the protection is so low. At this point, black men don't get to pick and choose who they want to protect because for the simple fact, they don't protect. They always have an excuse of why they can't protect us, but they never say why a black man shouldn't be protected. He should just be protected just because even with the other video that he had with the black man where he couldn't get out of his car, we don't know what he did to the Karen. Let's just play, devil's advocate here. Maybe he stole her money. Maybe he did something. Maybe he hit her car. We don't know. So, but he doesn't say that when it comes to the black man. The black man just deserves to be protected. But when it comes to this black woman who is supposed to be automatically protected, he needs a reasoning behind it. And this is very dangerous to pass on to our children and pass on to future generations, that in order to protect a black woman, you need a reason. Because the women hold the power to reproduce and they hold the power to bring in the next generation, to usher in the next generation. So if you're saying don't protect the women, what's going to happen to the next generation? They're not going to exist.
That's right. And so these are the things that we need to actually stop this. We need to don't participate in this type of conversation or this type of viewing with these different brothers. Well, I'm not going to even call him a brother. These different black men that do this, and like a lot of people say, well, whatever. But it's too many of them that's doing it. It's too many. I'm a mother, so I can talk, but it's too many of them that's doing this. And if you feel a certain way about black women, then you should keep it to yourself. You shouldn't say nothing. You shouldn't get on TV calling us animals, hoodrats, wild Hyena. But even with the black man that they call so-called ghetto, they even gave him a decent name, if you want to put it that way, Pookie and Ray Ray. They're not calling him a gorilla. They're not calling him a beast. They're not calling him a hood rat or nothing. We get the animalistic, very disrespectful, offensive names that they can think of. Thoughts. Oh, he's a whore. Okay, we know that doesn't mean we get these names, songs made about black women. Okay, so everybody that agrees with something negative about a black woman, then you in this whole realm of, okay, yeah, this is right. All you gotta do is go around this whole YouTube, Instagram. Hell, you ain't even gotta do. You can walk the streets, cause I be on the streets. Okay, I'm for the streets. I be on the streets. You could just see this on the streets. It tails out. This is a prime example. The Phillip Scott show. Phillip is the prime example of how black men are. They're the ultimate betrayal. They're betraying us. They are betrayal, because let me tell you something. If you want to compare, and I don't like that comparison role, I feel that we know what we're supposed to be doing. But let's just, for the sake of this argument, compare. If a white man will protect and speak highly of a white prostitute, if he feels that she being done wrong, he gonna protect her against what's going on. I've seen it several times. I know it. I can produce clips about it and whatever have you.
You've profited from Stormy Daniels. You've done tens of millions of dollars worth of free media on the basis of your relationship with her, and she's working in strip clubs. You're exploiting her, and you know that. Why aren't you paying her some of what you're making?
Sir, this is absurd.
But answer my question. Why are you rich and your client is working in seedy strip clubs?
Sir, do you have any idea how much money I've earned from
You're on
this
every cable show. You're running for president now.
You have no idea.
Well, I know that you haven't paid your taxes, and like so many lawyers, you were taking advantage of her. And you pose as a feminist hero because you are shameless, and the other channels let you get away with it. But you're an exploiter of a woman, and you should be ashamed of it.
But when it comes to us, well, she was bending over, so she deserved. No, she shouldn't be doing this, because we're gonna have some videos. We're gonna have some talks and things like that about black women too. But this is not what we're talking about now. And so we don't want no. And if you want to come here and make remarks, or get in the chat box, or get in the chatter, the what do you call it at the bottom? You just
comment section.
Okay. Get into our comment section and talk that BS. Go somewhere else, because we're talking about the black man right now. What you think about that, sensible lady?
I think that you're completely right, dramatic street lady. I mean, how many times have we seen, black men doing some off the wall mess, and something happens to them, and we come to their aid? We don't give any question, and I don't think that we should give any question. But I'm just using those as an example. How many times we've seen them on some straight mess, and we've come to their aid, but they can't reciprocate those actions to black women.
That's right.
It doesn't extend to black women.
That's right.
And so, this woman came into this Walgreens, because I've been in a situation like that. I'm sure we can all relate when we've gone into a store and, some racism has occurred.
And you had some other stuff on your mind too. You could have some other stuff. I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, but you had some other stuff on your mind. Somebody could have just died. You could have just, and then you sitting there, you looking at them not help you. It's okay then, and that anger takes over you. Believe me, I know that anger, and it takes over you. You turn into the Hulk, and you just be like, okay, I'm gonna let them have it. Unfortunately, I've probably been in this situation before and did some stuff like this, okay? But what I'm saying is that don't nobody know. He didn't play a backstory but you listen to what she says. Are we gonna link this in the bottom? So they can see. We'll link it at the bottom so you can see. Listen. I want you to listen to her when she said, "Oh, now you can help somebody." And the white woman running behind, like standing, but she wasn't doing nothing. She ain't stop her. But you know, she's like, well, now you can help somebody and you want somebody, but they do stuff like this. But we give them the utmost respect. Sorry to interrupt you, but go ahead, finish.
No, it's okay. And there's a similar incident that happened not too long ago, and it didn't make it on the Phillip Scott show, of a white woman acting in a similar manner. Actually, hers was a little bit worse because she could have killed somebody, but we're going to roll this clip right now.
Tonight, the story of a young woman who is clearly having a very bad day and taking it out on the shelves of a quick check convenience store in New Jersey. It happened this morning in the Hudson County town of Harrison. And this started apparently for no reason. Something just snapped. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Josh Eininger.
The bewildering onslaught started during the morning rush. That is a grown woman laying waste to this Harrison quick check. Silently and methodically on a mission to destroy. The one thing she hasn't thrown on the floor is a can of Pringles, and she seems to want to pay for it, but on her way to the register, she stops at the energy drinks. See that bemused-looking gentleman in line with his paper?
She must have had a bad morning, I don't know.
Happens to be the mayor of Harrison, stopping as he has every morning for 20 years to buy his wife Linda a cup of coffee.
If Linda doesn't get her coffee, yeah, that's no. The lady behind the counter, Mary, she's going, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?
And Mary isn't about to ring her up, so after standing around for a while, the wordless woman leaves the Pringles behind and heads for the parking lot.
The plate.
Where a crowd gathers and gawks as she backs out of her space and peels out to a street filled with commuters. Almost causes 2 crashes as she speeds away. So who is she? What's her problem? Why? Mayor Fife is puzzled.
I'd just like to say, I hope she's feeling better, and I hope she gets help, because, I mean, it's not normal behavior.
See, viewers, you just saw that clip. You saw how the other half reacts, how the other half treats their woman. They treat her with care and kitten gloves. This woman could have killed somebody coming out of the parking lot. Nobody's talking about that. He said, I hope she gets help. He said, I hope she is safe. He said, I hope, everything is right with her. He doesn't call her an animalistic name like a wild hyena, Hoodrat. Right. And he doesn't say that she's ruining everybody's life and she's the reason what's wrong with their community and all these other things.
And they didn't give a damn. Excuse me, I can always keep interrupting you. And he didn't give a damn about them shelves either. He didn't. And he's the mayor. He's the mayor. He didn't say nothing about, well, when I was young, I had to stack the shelves and you get in and you come from work. You don't know. He made sure that their woman was represented in a positive light, and he hoped that she's okay.
He did. And even the news people who are doing the whole story are doing it amusingly. In the beginning, they said, oh, wow, ha, 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 ha. This woman, we don't know what's wrong. So as you all saw today with all the evidence we presented, Phillip don't have to act like that. It don't make no sense that he's calling black women wild hyena Hoodrats. I don't care what basis he's saying, well, this woman is this, that, whatever. He does not have to act like that. And men like that in our community is what ruins the community. It's what puts protection of the black woman to such a low bar to say we don't have to protect her. So it's him and other men like him that makes it so bad for us black women out here, and why we don't have sympathy and why people don't look at us and have empathy for us, because he's out here calling black women who are having a hard time in life wild animals, and he's dehumanizing them.
I agree with you, a sensible lady. You are right, because Phillip Scott, he has to do better in black men like him, especially those in those positions that have a voice out here in the platform to put all this negativity out about black women. Who in the hell want to call a black woman a wild animal? And you are right about that. Why can't we just be having a bad day like the other half? Or why can we not be protected? Why we always have to have a reason to call us out of our names, and then that puts it across? Phillip Scott, you have to do better. Black men, you have to do better. We shouldn't accept this. This is something that we need to address because you know what? Like the black woman you want to call a wild hyena in a hood where she could have been having an episode. You don't know if she was on any type of medication. And look how this man, the mayor of all people, you know, the mayor, they have, you know, like the power to do a lot of things to a lot of people. He said what? I hope she gets better. This is not normal behavior. You know, let's see what happens with this lady. Point blank. But no, we have to be wild hyena, thoughts and hood rats and all this other stuff. And then you putting this on actually show for other people, give them reasons and give them, you know, the opportunity to disrespect us and to treat us like nothing. So you all have to do better. And Mr. Scott, you have to do better. You have a platform, and I know you're going to do better because this right here is not called for. You can't separate. You see, with the other half, he didn't separate the porn star from the woman. When she felt she was being violated, he came to her defense. The mayor, he didn't separate the woman that's having a episode and throwing everything. He didn't separate her from his wife. He made a joke, oh, my wife. You know, he didn't separate that. He protected her, and that's what you all have to do.
Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you all star the video by sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Let's make this an all-star event.